Hello everybody, today is Sunday the 13th of May. It is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. That includes you, Hollywood Rape. Anyway, moving on. Last time I talked to you, I touched a little bit on Young Justice. Today I'd like to put my 2 cents in as to the direction that New Justice is going with this second season. This is the time where you press pause, stop, do whatever you can because spoilers are ahead if you have not seen the first season of Young Justice. Fair warning. If you're still listening, still watching, that means that you've seen the first season of Young Justice or you don't mind spoilers. The end of the first season brought up a significant question. At the end, we find out after the defeat of Vandal Savage and the Justice League at the hands of the team, 6 members of the Justice League disappeared for 6 hours. Where did they go? When we came back to the second season began 5 years after the events of the ending of the first season. Not only does it pick up five years later, it also picks up with the lives of the new team. We have a significant bigger number of members of the team and some changes. For example, Dick Grayson, 5 years later, he is now Nightwing and an unofficial member of the Justice League of America. Replacing him on the team is Tim Drake. In the first episode, there's a comment that kind of hints that in between those 5 years, Jason Todd may have been active as Robin. Also during that time, Superboy and Superman seem to have developed a chemistry together, which is seen in the 3rd episode that just aired Saturday, where they work well together, they know each other's strengths, and they know how to play off of it well. New members to the team include Icon, Rocket, Bumblebee, Jamie Reyes, Blue Beetle, Lagoon Boy. I'm sure I'm missing... Oh, Wonder Girl. Wonder Girl is in there as well, who is played by... Well, not played by, is the Cassie Sands deviation. We also get Garfield Logan, who we briefly seen in the first season. In between the first and second season, a whole lot of things happen, including a pseudo breakup of the relationship between Miss Martian and Superboy. We also have a disappearing act of sorts. Missing from the cast entirely seems to be Captain Marvel. A lot of members of the Justice League don't seem to be around. Captain Marvel's not there, Red Tornado, Dr. Fate hasn't been shown lately. We know that Zatanna's on the Justice League, so we know that she's there. We also haven't seen much of the Flash. We haven't seen much of Hal Jordan. Taking over Hal Jordan's spot is Jon Stewart, who we see a lot of in the first 3 episodes, which is kind of what I'm going to get into. Initially, I have to say that I don't like... Okay, that was going to come out wrong. I love the new characters. I do. But they were introduced altogether much too soon. But I do believe that there's a reason for that, which I will get to in just a little bit. I'm sorry, my mind just went blank. So, what's going on here in the second season? Aliens have invaded Earth. We have this alien race called the Krolataeans, who are first revealed to us in the first episode when somebody that the team was trying to protect from intergalactic bounty hunter Lobo when Lobo shot him, was revealed to be an alien. The second episode introduced introduce the homeworld of the well, not the homeworld, the world where the the world of Redan, where the Krolitalians have also landed. It also reveals why they landed there, and in the next episode, yesterday's episode, we find out what happened in those 6 hours. Those 6 hours that the Justice Leaguers have been missing. During that time, while they were brainwashed under Vandal Savage's control, they were sent to outer space, where they went on a 6-hour rampage and a killing spree, just massive destruction. They also revealed where they were from and who they were. They were the Justice League from Earth. That led, with that said, the Krolitalians aren't so much an enemy as they are just defending their homeworld and defending space. A big question comes into play with the third episode. Who, or rather why, does John Stewart not know about this? The Green Lantern Corps are intergalactic police. How come, as a member of the Justice League and as a member of the Green Lantern Corps, why was he not made aware of what's going on? Also, we learn what's a major play. The boom tubes, what the stuff that's used to get into the mountain, what's used to transport. That's going to play a bigger part. You kind of get the picture of that in the first season. There's a few things that you can see leading up to the Light's endgame. In the first season, episode 9 is the episode, it's called Bereft, where 6 months have passed and the team forgets everything of the last 6 months of their lives. From the beginning of the show to this time, they forget each other. That you also kind of got the picture of Artemis is hiding something about her father. Her father's a bigger part of her life. Of course, later in the first season, we find out that her sister's Cheshire. Her father is, of course, Sportsmaster. So in that episode, Simon reports back to the Light that nothing was found, nothing happens. Nothing happened, the team interjected, plan foiled, the Light says no, we got something through the boom tube. So, the way that it made it sound that episode was that the sphere itself was what they wanted to get through. However, if you put two and two together from this season thus far, you kind of get the picture that they were looking for an active boom tube. And I'll get to that now. The second episode. Well, let's go back to the first season. We have the alien invaders, the people that the sphere belonged to. We find out more about the sphere, what it can do, what it can't do, its limitations, and we find out that Intergang is using technology from their planet as well as Apocalyptian. So we're introduced to the world of Apocalypse, or at least their tech. So this season, the second episode introduced a new minor character. He's minor thus far, G. Gordon Godfrey, who in the comics, Glorious Gordon Godfrey works for Darkseid. And of course, Darkseid resides on the planet Apocalypse, who, after being lost through the fourth world, the only way to arrive on Apocalypse or off it, the only way on or off to different worlds is through a boom tube. So this invasion, I dare say this is where it's going, is that we're going to get to meet probably more of the members of Darkseid's team within the coming 22-23 episodes of the season. We'll probably get to see Granny Goodness. I hope. I've always loved Granny Goodness, and we're probably going to get to see Darkseid by the end, which kind of makes sense if the people from the first season were called the Light, their end game is probably to bring the dark side onto Earth, and they did well at that. It seems that the plan is to get aliens to Earth, probably to either tire out the Justice League, a la maybe akin to what Bane does to Batman in Nightfall, tire them out, to the point where by the time the real enemy gets there, by the time they step up, it's too late. There's nothing more, and you do kind of see that the Earth is now vulnerable. At the end of the third season, at the end of the third episode of the second season, the Justice League has gone off on a diplomatic mission. They're going to be held responsible for what they did within those 6 hours. So, at first, I really didn't like this new season. Too many people, too much at once. But now that you get to see that the first season, what happened in the first season, is still relevant. All the little minor details are now becoming a major detail. It's kind of making sense. So I do have a lot of hope for it. And once again, I think I've mentioned this before in one of my earlier videos touching on Young Justice. Now that we're dealing with invasion, space travel, dimension jumping, hopefully we might get to see Booster Gold and Skeets in this season. That's kind of what I'm hoping for anyway. Now, we're still missing some characters. We're still missing Artemis. We're still missing Kid Flash. This new episode shows what happened to Aqualad. He's, he found out that his father's Black Manta, and with the death of Aquagirl Mira, he went ballistic and he turned his back on Aquaman. He's a villain now. If he's being mind controlled, who knows? So, what some people don't seem to know is that in February 2013, when just about the time when there's going to be the hiatus for the first half of Young Justice to the second half of Young Justice, a video game is coming out called Young Justice Legacy, which bridges the first and second seasons together. And the tagline for it is, "One will rise, one will fall, one will die." So we know who's the one that's going to fall. It's an action RPG game. You can... it's weird. It's a small-time developer is doing it, which kind of makes me think that, DC just wanted to get this out there as an interactive way to bridge the seasons, not so much as create this big immersive world, but rather give the fans something to do, something to look forward to, and be able to play out what happened between the seasons, which I guess I'm kind of hopeful for. I'm still a little hesitant by the artwork. The first shot that was released is of Nightwing. It was released on the fan page on Facebook for Young Justice Legacy. So skinny. But with that said, I'm really interested to see what happens to the characters in that. Where's Zatanna, where Artemis is. Maybe she's the one that dies. Or maybe she's also a villain now and she went with her dad and her sister. Maybe we'll get to see what happened with that. Or maybe she died in a revenge kind of scenario. Or maybe the death was the Flash. And that's why Wally's gone, because he's off doing his thing and he's going to come back as the new Flash. Anyway, all in all, I do love Young Justice. So if you're still watching this and you haven't watched it yet, please do yourself a favor, go watch it. I promise I didn't ruin any of the greatness of the show. There's a lot more to it than what I've went over, and I really do look forward to the rest of it. Anyway, thank you once again for watching. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. So long.